Hey all, it's Darwin Wiggett, and today I'd like to show you what's in my camera bag and which camera bag I like to use. And I'm going to talk about landscape photography gear today. And first thing I like is my f-stop Sartori EXP camera bag. It's really comfortable, sits well on my body, has a really nice waist belt. It's one of the most comfortable packs I've ever used. And also the great thing I like about it is there's these internal camera units that f-stop has. There's small ones like this we have here, medium, large, and extra large. And so depending on how much camera gear you have or how much camera gear you want to take, you can customize your camera bag to fit whatever kind of camera gear you have. So we're going to take a look inside of this bag. Right now I've got a large internal camera unit in there, and I'm going to show you my landscape setup or my landscape lenses and gear so that you can get an idea of what I use in the field. So let's take a look. Okay, let's take a look at this Sartori EXP bag and what's inside of it. First thing I want you to note about the f-stop bags is that they open from the back, which is really nice because when you open them up, you're not laying your camera bag on snow or sand or muck and then putting it on your back, which everybody knows you've got to stay clean in photography, especially outdoor photography. You've got to be clean and pristine, not have a piece of dirt on you, because it's all about how you look, more important than about how your pictures look. So once we open this camera bag up, we look and see what I have inside here. I've got four main things that I like to have in my camera bag. The Canon 1DS Mark III is my main camera that I use as my landscape camera, and the lens I use the most is a 24mm tilt shift lens with a Coke & Z Pro holder on it. And of course I've permanently got this Coke & Z holder on the camera with a polarizer on it, a Stingray LB warming polarizer. I also have the 45mm tilt shift lens, again with the cardboard filter holder. These things are extremely expensive. 45mm tilt shift lens with a Coke & Z Pro holder on it, a 17mm tilt shift lens, and my only zoom that I have in my landscape kit is a Sigma 120-400, which I use for extractive telephoto landscape shots or the occasional wildlife picture. In the top of my bag, I have a couple of other goodies, and those include, inside of this pouch here, the 90mm tilt shift lens, which is my least used tilt shift lens, but I still use it a lot. And I couple that often with a extension tube, which is inside of this pouch. An extension tube plus a 90mm tilt shift lens makes a great close-up photography system where you can use the advantages of tilt and shift in close-up photography. I also have gloves because we're in Canada and I most often need gloves. This morning I needed gloves and it was near zero, freezing, and now it's warmed right up, and so I can take the gloves off, and a Hoodman loop so I can see the back of my LCD display, a Lee 10-stop big stopper, which is a wonderful ND filter for long exposure effects. And then in the top of the bag, I've of course got my SD cards or my compact flash cards, a polarizer, and this thing here, which is my GPS spot meter. It's very important. If you're ever in an emergency and you need help, you can press the help button and emergency crews will come and get you. I have a special spot GPS that I've got a sweet and salty button built in, so whenever I run out of sweet and salties, I'm starving, I'm out in the wilderness, I'm trying to get more pictures but I need more energy, I press the sweet and salty button, Sam comes running, flying in with a helicopter, whatever it takes, brings me some sweet and salties, and I'm good to go. Very important for Darwin and his photography are sweet and salties. And the back of the bag has another pouch. This pouch, you can put raincoats, thermarest, whatever it is you need to put in there. I carry a flashlight so I can do light painting. And there's all sorts of other straps and goodies all over this camera bag, so you can attach all sorts of things. If I'm going to go out and do an overnight pack, I will take out this large internal camera unit, replace it with a small one, and maybe just take my Rebel and one or two lenses, and then fill the rest of the bag with camping gear, the stuff that you need to survive out in the wilderness. And there's tons of room in there for all of that stuff for an overnight trip. The last thing that I have, last two things I have in my camera bag is there's a couple of straps here on the waist belt, and I have a pouch that has all my filters in, NDs, ND grads, polarizers. I just stick this on these two straps here, and then I permanently have my filters really handy on my waist. And the last thing, of course, is if you're in bear country, you should have bear spray. If you want to protect your sweet and salties so that you're the one that gets to eat them and not the bears, take your bear spray. That's all that I have in my camera bag, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Have fun out there. Happy shooting.